Hey, thank you for joining me, everybody. So, again, every morning I do a pre market strategy session and market analysis. So, let's get right into it this morning. I've got a couple of good shares that really should influence the way that you're trading. Usually, I don't say things like that, but you have the PEs of big tech companies: Apple, Meta, Google, Tesla, Amazon, Netflix, right? The PEs, price over earnings, are up 40% in the last 6 trading days. So they're forward PEs, meaning their price is shooting up while their earnings is staying relatively the same. And yes, we have the next earning period, which is coming up, starting this week, going forward about 3 to 4 weeks. But still, if you ask me what big money, what Wall Street is going to start doing is they're going to start rotating their money from big tech being Meta, from big tech being Apple, from big tech being Microsoft. They're going to take their earnings there, their profits, and they're going to move it to a different sector. Now, I've heard different plays. I've heard China stocks. I've heard Dow stocks. Okay, but let's talk about the SPY real quick. I'm only going to be here for 10 minutes this morning, so please pay attention. Ask any questions on the side. My ex is going in for surgery today. I'm the caregiver. I'm picking up my kids. So the first thing that I noticed yesterday is the last 5 trading days on the SPY. We are range trading. 398 to 392. So that goes in my agenda right away. It goes on my chart. 398 seems to be the top. Yes, we hit 402 last week, but it was for a glimpse. It was for one morning, and then we ended up tanking down to 392 the same day. So again, I'm going, okay, 392, 398. What is it telling me? Well, it's telling me if we're going down today, then I'm possibly going to look for 392 as an exit. Yes, we're sitting at 396.50 where we closed. I've seen the futures were down, futures were up. Don't pay any attention to it. Understand half of trading happens on the dark pool. Futures don't really tell me all that much. I basically look for the range trade. I'm looking for rejection. Rejection to me is coming in right around 398, and we can go all the way down to 392. What else did I get? Oh, well, there was an iguana on my car sitting this morning. I had to take a different car. Had to share that picture because who wakes up with an iguana on their car? Pretty crazy stuff. Okay, Alibaba. Alibaba's up, 7-8% this morning. It's a little crazy if you ask me why. Alibaba plans to split its $220 billion empire into 6 different companies. Now, does that mean they're going to be more profitable? Eventually, they'll be more profitable. There's a reason for the breakup, but it generally takes 4, 5, 6 years to take effect and be more profitable from a split up like that. So again, Alibaba it plans to explore IPOs in a historic overhaul, as it's quoted. I'll let Alibaba run, then I'll fade that. I'll fade that just like I fade everything else. We see the stocks pop on earnings. What do I look to do? Fade that. Now, Tesla, interesting. Yes, I'm pointing out more stocks and I'm using my phone this morning. Tesla, more interesting. Why? You see 4 days of straight outflow. However, Tesla's marginally higher. What does that tell me? Well, it tells me 2 things. Number one, if the markets get ugly, if you hear something out of the Fed, and right now, markets are basically calm, right? Banks were saved by the Fed. Banks were saved by the SEC. No one has to worry about it. To me, that's bullshit. It should have been survival of the fittest. You've got a bank, it fails. Its investors fail with it. That's therefore for not doing their due diligence. Okay, but Tesla. So what's going to happen? You've got 4 days of outflow. Tesla's basically holding its own range, small, narrow trading range, 190 to 197, 7 points for Tesla, 3% in one day. Not overly dramatic, okay? But what's going to happen is red day, really ugly. Tesla's going to drop 14 points in one day. It's going to drop 7-8%. That's an ugly day. A non-ugly day, meaning if investors decide, okay, the market's been saved, we're going to invest and go long on Tesla, Tesla can pop to 220 in one day. So Tesla's always on my watch list. Why? Because it could be volatile. It's been trading a narrow range, but it's telling me that it's waiting for a breakout. Now, the interesting thing on NVIDIA. So here's another stock, NVIDIA. I took a picture of the 5-day chart for you. What can you see? Well, it's trading down on a down angle. We could all see that, which is a bearish sentiment. However, what happened? Price target raised from 265, where it is this morning, to 300 by Sanford Bernstein, another company I'd worked for in the past. Now it's called Alliance Bernstein or Bernstein something. It was called Sanford Bernstein in the past. But the point is, chart looks like a downward angle. Yes, we could be to the top of that, But if we're going to fade it, we're going to fade back to, I don't know, below 260. So what am I going to look for? Yes, I missed the initial moves on NVIDIA going down from 275 to 265, but I'm going to continue to look to fade NVIDIA. Interesting fact, Wall Street, right? RK, their fund lost $10 billion last year. However, they collected $300 million in fees. So, I mean, people do your own investing, these ARK funds, if something's beaten up enough, yes. If I'm going into an ETF, understand anytime you go into an ETF, an exchange traded fund, you're paying a daily expense. You're paying an expense to be in that fund. You don't understand it. Actually, the price is being held down. It's fractionally each day, but I don't trade in funds that long for that purpose only. I'll be in and out. You could easily look what stocks make up a specific fund. You could even do it for funds like Magellan, Fidelity, RK. You can see where their largest holdings are, and you can go into those stocks if you want to. Here's the interesting thing. Now, we've been talking about the Fed and why the market is so calm, because Wall Street and traders on Wall Street and the Fed swaps rate is predicting 4 rate cuts by the end of the year. And the next supposed rate hike, which is supposed to be taking place in May, is now 50-50. It was worse than that. People thought the rate hike that's coming in May is off the table. And I say it's coming because it is coming. Unfortunately, the markets don't think it's coming. So the markets will continue to be in a bullish buy the dip because they think rate cuts rate hikes are over. Traders are betting on hawkish Fed as May hikes revert back to 50%. So yes, the market's finally figured out. The Fed says we're not cutting rates. The market says you're cutting rates 4 times by the end of the year. Someone's going to be right. Someone's going to be wrong. If the markets cut rate 4 times the end of the year, the markets will go higher. They will, a recession or not. Okay, here's the thing. Fed raises rates, more pressure on banks. We are in a recession. Markets go down. That is my overall feeling about the markets right now. Here we go. Gunlach said the Fed is done raising. He was on CNBC talking it up yesterday. Bullish flows from yesterday. Interesting because I showed you Tesla had another outflow day. Bullish flows from yesterday. And you can check all this stuff out on our Discord. But the most bullish flow yesterday, Tesla, 25.5 million premium paid. NVIDIA, I showed you downward. It looks like a bear trend to me. However, NVIDIA is up there, 49 orders, 12.9 million in premiums. Spotify, I don't mess with. Silver, I heard some things. I heard the same way gold's going to run. I heard silver's going to run. Ton of traders piling into silver. You might want to check out that ETF, SLV, Google, Amazon, which is interesting because I mentioned to start off this broadcast, PEs of the largest tech companies, Google, Amazon, Tesla, are up 40% in the last 6 weeks of trading. To me, that's ridiculous. Smart, sound investors, long-term investors, they look at price over earnings. They do. Simple as that. Let's see. 5-day NFF was red. The DEX was a little red yesterday. However, if you go out 1 week, 2 weeks, and a month, you're going to see ton more puts in the marketplace right now, ton of bearish sentiment. Yes, I don't control the 1-day daily volume. Volume yesterday was light. If we get a volume day, 120, 130 million on the SPY, markets are going down. There's no doubt about it. These light volume days where we only trade 10 to 11 million by 10 a.m., that's an easy tell right there. It's a tell. If we're at 20 million by 10 a.m. on the SPY, then you could say it's a heavy volume day. I'm going to follow momentum. If not, light volume day, easy to manipulate. I see some questions. We got to keep it short this morning. Taking my ex for some surgery today. Then I've got to pick up my kids and stuff like that. So, here's the thing. Romeo's going live on Discord, doing live trading at least once today. He's going live pre-market, 9:15. He's going to talk about what trades he's looking at there. Now, Romeo has been on fire. I say this every time. So now we're going on 3 months. Why wouldn't you want to join Discord? I have problems trading. Well, I'm going to join Romeo, 9:15. He's teaching me the orbs. He's teaching me the candlesticks. He's telling me what trades he's entering. And then he's telling me how he's scaling in and scaling out. All right, so that's Romeo. Hey, what do I see in Exxon? Well, first off, Exxon Oil Energy. Right now, it was the best industry in the market yesterday. What do I see? Why do I think energy is going down? I look at the charts. I hear about recession. Now, the reason energy is popping a little because people are talking about China reopening. I mean, that's an old story. First off, I don't believe China. Second off, and yes, I might have been a little early on Exxon, but I'm pretty sure it's going down, and I'm pretty sure energy is going back down. And I was watching it, and it gapped up this morning, then it gapped down this morning. Let's just see where it's sitting right now. energy. So I have oil on there. So this is my oil chart. Here's the 1-day chart. I can look at the 5-day chart. I'll just show you what I'm seeing. People ask, it's plateauing. It's plateauing. And that dip that we saw on Friday, it's coming back. So I'm saying within the next Friday, we're going to see oil at $67.50. And when we do, the XLE will be down. Exxon, Chevron will be down. Yes, I only have 4 more days to be correct. Small account. I hope I don't ruin my small account. Here's the thing. It's a small account. I make a mess up on $100. I put $100 and I start again. Why? Because one of my $100 accounts is going to go to 5,000. What does that do? It gives me the opportunity to do the same thing 49 more times. Plus, you have to pay yourself. I hear people say they took this one girl reached out to me on Webull. She said she takes $1,500 and she turns it into $15,000 and then she loses it all. And she does it repeat, step and repeat. 1,500 to 15,000 and then loses it all. Next time you do that, take 1,500. When you run it to 8,000, 10,000, or have a good run out of it, you know what? Take out 9,000, leave 1,500, do it again. What do you have on the sidelines? 9,500. You screw up the next $1,500 trade. Screw it up the whole week. You just trade terribly for 1 week. You lose it. 1,500 back in your account. Now you're at 8,000 profit. You screw up for another 2 weeks. Man, you're having a horrible month. 1,500 back in your account. Now you only at what did I say? 8,000, 6,500, maybe about like 6,000 profit. The point is, you're still profitable. You're having a horrible month. You're still profitable. So please follow that strategy. You're trading $100. Great. You screwed it up. Give yourself 3 days. Put a new $100 in on Monday. When you trade 100 up to 1,000, take out 900. Do it again. Save the money on the side. You're not investing to occupy your time. You're investing to make money. All right, so let's see what we've got more questions. The markets are calm. That's the reason people are cheering. Yeah, so what could happen next? Well, we've got PCE coming on Friday. I think we have some housing data that probably already dropped this morning. Yes, support the channel. Smash that like button. I'm just going to take a quick look, see what stocks are on the radar for today, and then I've got to head out. SPY down 20.27%. 395.40. Why is that important? Well, I can't pull up the Discord link this morning, but you need to check out the dark pool. Why? The dark pool on the SPY, huge dark pool at 365.35. So the fact that we're sitting at 395.35. The fact that we're sitting 6 cents above that this morning, 6 cents above a huge dark pool off some good pre-market volume. Again, you want to look at volume, but if we drop below that level, that 395.35 level, plus or minus 20 cents. So say you see 394, we tick there, then we tick up. Understand, if we see something with a 394 in front, we're going to see 392.50 today. There you go. There's my trade, my tip of the day. If we see that, you're going to see that. So 394, you're looking for 394, anything. Then we pop back up. Guess what? 392.50 is coming today. If you find support at the 395 and 35 cents level, and you see support and you don't see anything with the 394, then understand we're going to bounce higher. We're going to trade from that 395 right back to the 398, and you could be bullish on the SPY. Again, I'm just looking to trade a nice one trade on the SPY. I mentioned over trading. You don't want to over trade. I used to have winner, winner, winner. By the 4th trade, I went heavier because I was on such a roll, and I'd lose all my profits from the day, and I'd be like, what a wasted day. Don't feel like that. Leave the day a winner. Heading over to Discord for a quick video now. And again, Romeo will be live trading at